In order to understand neuroplasticity, let's look at what the brain is made up of, just briefly. Your brain is comprised of billions of neurons. Each neuron, on average, receives 5,000 connections called synapses from other neurons. Hold up a second. Let me show you what a neuron is first before I lose you. A neuron looks like this. It has a cell body or soma with branches called dendrites. Information via electrical impulses travel from the soma down the axon. The electrical impulse is information being moved to the opposite end of the nerve cell. This end with finger-like projection is called the axon terminal. Now, the axon terminal connects to another nerve cell by means of a synapse. These synapses are really a space between the axon terminal fingers and the next cell body of the second nerve cell. What's the space for? I know you're thinking it. The space is the area where the electrical impulse of information coming down the axon is changed into chemicals that transmit themselves from the finger-like projections to the next cell body. These chemicals are called neurotransmitters. Neurons receive these bursts of information from 5 to 50 times a minute. The cell body absorbs these chemicals or neurotransmitters, and then the information is changed back into an electrical pulse to travel down the second nerve cell through the axon to the next synapse. Each cell body can literally have 5,000 nerve cells connecting to it. There are more connections bursting with information going on and off than there are stars in the universe. The brain is 2% of your body's weight. Pretty light, right? But what if I told you it moves about 15% of your blood through it? And what if I told you it uses 25% of your oxygen intake and 25% of your body's fuel? That's pretty impressive. It requires the third highest amount of resources out of all the body's organs. We know the heart is what moves our blood through our bodies, and I think we agree that lungs move oxygen into our bodies. But what's the brain's function? Simply put, the brain moves information out to the entire body and receives information from your entire body. It's basically a big computer processing zeros and ones. Conscious mental events are the result of a brief on and off switches between synapses that are processed within seconds. Okay, so now you know what a nerve cell is and does. Let's see what neuroplasticity is and how it can help your recovery. Watch Neuroplasticity 2. What does your brain do?